registering to I'll also be working up there as an individual as well. So I'm looking at registering the business, all of the tax obligations, and both for the business and working as an individual. I'm looking for just the evidence that proves that what I'm reading actually applies to me.
Well, what sort of evidence are you looking for?
Well, that's what I don't know. I mean, I
Well, if you're on CRA's website and you're taking a look at all those rules and regulations for businesses in Canada, then
right.
that will apply to you. If you're going to have a business in Canada, then everything that's on CRA's website, it will apply to you. I mean, we have a guide on our website it's a general guide for new registrants. So if you register for a business number and a GST, HST, I can send that to you.
Okay,
And that will give you a lot of the obligations.
Okay, so let's hold up. I just need to mark some of this down. So it's your position right now that the codes, laws, rules, and regulations that I'm reading would apply to me if I'm physically in Canada, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, can you provide me the same evidence that led you to conclude that that's actually factual?
I don't understand what you mean by evidence.
Well, I mean, come on now. I mean, anybody can write anything on a piece of paper and say you're obligated
Well, you
to
can go
do.
on CRA's website and take a look at it. What evidence do you need besides the CRA website?
All I see is codes, laws, and rules and regulations. I don't see any evidence that those actually apply. That's all
But
I'm
why would
looking
they
for.
not apply if you're in Canada and you're doing business in Canada and what the CRA determines to be rules and regulations for you? Why would they not apply to you? Like, what would be the reason that they don't
Well,
apply to you?
hold on. I'm not making a claim here. I'm not saying they don't apply. All I'm
Right.
asking for is the evidence that they apply.
But what evidence do you need?
Well, I mean, now you guys are sounding like a mobster. Come on. Like, if I went to a mobster that's demanding $10,000 a month
But
for
I'm not
protection.
understanding what you're asking. You're asking for evidence that the rules of businesses apply to you, but of course they apply to you. They apply to every business in Canada, every individual who runs a business in Canada,
And how exactly did you come to that conclusion?
because it's on the CRA website. Why would they not apply
So,
to you?
so what's on your website you're telling me is your evidence?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
What
Well,
other
let me
evidence
mark
do you
that
need?
down. Let me mark that down. Evidence is on the CRA website. All right. And can you direct me specifically to the evidence that I'm supposed to find on there? Because, I mean, I've looked all through there and I can't
Well,
find it
where
here.
are you reading these rules and regulations?
I've read through them all of them,
Well, where did you read them?
online.
Okay, we're online on our website.
Yes, I've gone through them all, everything. I've even downloaded the PDFs. I've read them all. I'm just looking
Okay, so
for
if
the
you
evidence that these actually apply. I mean, are you guys just applying this arbitrarily, or do you have facts and
But I don't
evidence?
understand what you're saying. You're saying that you're opening a business in Canada and
Right.
you want evidence that these rules apply. Why would they not apply to you? They apply to every single business in Canada.
And you say that.
I
Is
mean,
that
you can try
no?
having a business and not
Well,
doing anything that CRA requires you. They'll get in touch with you and let you know that yes, you have to do everything.
okay, so hold on. So you're saying that of course it applies if I'm physically in Canada running a business.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as your business is in Canada. You could be outside of Canada. As long as your business is in Canada, then yeah, you're required to do certain things. There are
Great.
certain
Now we're
requirements.
getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so you say that with confidence, so I'm sure that you can provide me with the evidence, the facts and evidence that led you to conclude this conclusion that I would be obligated to pay.
Why would you not be obligated to pay? You have a business
Just
in
yes
Canada.
or
You
no, do
have
you
to pay
have the
your
evidence or
taxes.
not?
I don't understand what you mean by evidence.
Well, you guys are making a claim. The onus is on you to
No,
provide
I
me.
think the onus is on you to be responsible as a taxpayer, as a business.
Oh, hold on. We haven't got to that point. How am I a taxpayer? Hold on.
Are you a
Let me write
Canadian
that down.
citizen?
Let me write
Are
that
you a
down.
Canadian citizen?
Hold on. Let me write this down. Labeled me a taxpayer. Okay. So yes, I was born in Canada.
Okay.
So
So you're a Canadian citizen.
so how did you apply the term taxpayer to me? This is all I'm looking
If
for. I'm not
you
trying to
if
argue. I just need evidence.
if you move back to Canada and start a business, you will be a tax paying business owner. Would you not be?
According to,
The law?
and the law applies backed by what evidence?
Okay, I'm starting to understand why all those people hung up on you.
So you
I'm
can,
not really understanding what you need from me. So
okay, so I
like
see a
to make it
law.
a little more clear, I'm gonna go ahead and release the call.
No, don't hang up. Don't go ahead and hang up. This is the fourth call I've made, and I'm just looking for clarification. Please
Well,
don't
no
hang up.
worries. You
That
can.
would be bad faith if you hang up on me. I'm a person that wants to legitimately come up there and open a business, and I want answers. And I've gone
Okay,
through
but you're
four
asking for
phone calls.
something
Hold
that
on, don't
doesn't
cut me
exist.
off. I've gone through four phone calls to Revenue Canada, and not one person has been able to answer me this question. Let me ask you this: what is the difference between you and the organization you work for and a mafia that's claiming that I owe them money? Well, what's the difference? It's obviously that you guys have evidence that I'm obligated to pay. All I'm asking for is very simply to present me with that evidence.
But I don't understand what you want. Do you want to come here and start a business and not pay? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, I'm not making a claim of anything. I want to be able to, if the evidence is there, which I'm assuming it is. I mean, you guys are governments. Surely you have the evidence that I'm obligated to pay. And all I'm asking for is to be presented the evidence that these laws that require me to pay actually apply to me. I don't understand what's so difficult about that question.
Why would they not apply to you? If you have a business in
See,
Canada, then the laws apply to you.
now you're trying to put the onus on me to to prove a
But
point.
it is. It's your responsibility to know that. I don't understand what you want to
It's
do.
not my responsibility. I'm not the one making a claim. It's Revenue Canada. When I moved to Canada,
You can try coming up here and starting a business and not paying your taxes and then just see what happens.
and what happens then? What is your protocol?
Well, you're going to get assessed. You're going to get penalties. You're going to get interest. Your name's going to go to our collections department.
And if I still refuse to pay,
There's going to be legal action taken against you.
and if I still refuse,
Well, there's going to be legal action taken against you.
so basically I'm obligated to pay under duress. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, no, because you have a business in
You
Canada.
just you just said that if I don't pay, the
Okay,
government.
I'm sorry. I'm going to hang up on you.
No,
Okay,
don't
I
hang
don't.
up. Don't. I just want my
No, I'm going
questions
to go ahead
answered.
and release
So
the
you're
call now.
telling me you cannot right now provide me the evidence that these
No,
laws.
I can't provide you the
Okay,
evidence.
hold on. Let me write that down.
Okay.
Cannot provide. Now, do you really want to go to court and when I call you on the stand there and say, I cannot provide the evidence these laws, rules, and
Yep.
regulations apply?
Yep, that's what I'll do.
So how does that make you any different than the local mafia gangsters?
I guess it doesn't.
Clearly it doesn't. I mean, I'm assuming you guys have been around a long, long time. Surely you guys have evidence you can present to somebody you're claiming is a taxpayer that they really are a taxpayer. I mean, come on, man. I've been doing this way too long. I've gone through four different agents, and not one agent has been able to present me evidence that their laws, rules, codes, and regulations apply. I mean, if I'm going to come up there, the last thing I want to do is pay an agency that has no legitimacy. And clearly, you have legitimacy.
It's the government of Canada. How are they not legitimate, though?
That's what I'm saying. So you guys have been around a long time. Surely you have the evidence. Why can somebody not provide that evidence to me?
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and release the call now.
So you're going to end the call in bad faith.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you need from me.
So do I deserve to have proper answers from the government that's requiring me and
I
obligating me
feel
to
like
do
you are
certain
getting the
things?
answers, but they're not really the answers you're looking for, so there's not much what I can do for you.
I've gotten the answers. Show me where you've given me the evidence.
I told you can go on CRA's website. You
I've
can take a
gone
look.
through this. This is just circular.
Okay.
We're going around in circles. I want the
Okay, that's
evidence.
all we have.
That's all you have.
I don't. What
So
kind of evidence do you want?
so it's just shut up and pay because we say so, with no evidence.
Okay, you can try not paying and go ahead and see what happens.
And then you're going to threaten me.
No, I'm just letting you know
No,
that
you're
if you don't
threatening me.
want to
You're
pay the tax,
threatening me with legal action if I decide not to pay. Correct?
yeah.
Of
Well,
course.
that's
So
the rule.
and that's the rules. Now you've made a statement that those are the rules. Now prove to me that those rules apply to me.
I can't do that. Sorry.
I cannot prove. I cannot prove those rules apply. I'm very, very, very disappointed right now in Revenue Canada. I want to come up there and do the right thing. I just want to make sure that the people I'm dealing with are legitimate. And as far as I can tell, the government's been legitimate since day one. Until I ask for evidence that they actually apply their laws, rules, and regulations to me, and they can't provide it, I'm really starting to think you guys are a little more devious than what you portray yourselves to be. I mean, come on. Nobody can. Is there a lawyer? Do you guys have lawyers at Revenue Canada that can understand my question and provide me with the information that I'm looking for? Is there a legal department there? Hello? Hello? Unbelievable. I can't even get friggin' information from these guys. Beat around.